Hello everybody, this is Adrienne Mead with Ascension Soul Coaching, and today we're going to continue our saga with Prince Harry and Miss Meghan Markle. So we've already talked about the fact that they've got this documentary that they were filming while they were in South Africa. We also have talked about Prince Harry and Meghan suing the tabloids, and now there's the secret tape out on Meghan Markle, and there's actual new pictures, some new pictures of her that she's taken of herself on the beach. But there's another secret tape everybody's talking about, saying it's going to come out, and that's what the suing of the tabloids has been about. You know, they want to cover the story, they want it not to come out, and they're trying to intimidate the media from releasing the video of Meghan Markle's sex tape. So we're going to do a reading today, and we're going to do a reading on if or not the tape will exist, and if it's going to come out. So let me turn the camera down so you can see me pull the cards, okay? Okay, so I just pulled the cards. I pulled two cards, one for Harry and one for Meghan, one from Harry. And I want you to be able to see the cards and see what they say. The first card I pulled was the captive. This is from the Symbolon cards. Okay, here we go. This is Meghan. And this is Harry. Oh, it's upside down. Okay. Hopefully it's sharp. Okay. So this card is saying that, I'm going to read it because I like reading the Symbolon cards, the actual book. So this is card number 67 for Meghan. Let's see. 67 says, nope, hold on. This card for Meghan is number 76. So let's read what number card 76 says for Meghan. It says captivity. The captivity. Imprisonment. So it says, see, I'm reading it. At the moment, you find yourself spiritually in a kind of prison. Something is keeping you there. Is a decision you have to make between responsibility and freedom. However, the fact remains that you are unable to make that decision. Whatever you choose, you lose. That is why the card says the impossibility of making this decision is intentional. You have to shake the bars long enough for a third thing to dawn on you, that the door behind you leading to your cell was never locked. That's what it says. So it's kind of like the Eight of Swords. Like you put yourself in a situation and you feel trapped, but you're really not. You can actually just walk away. But it seems like no matter what decision she makes at this point right now, she's lost and she's going to feel overwhelmed. You know, to stay in the royal family, she's going to feel trapped. To leave the royal family, she's going to feel like she lost everything she worked hard for, and she's going to feel ashamed. See the cracks in the prison cell on the outside? Her ears are down. She's like the jester, the court jester? That she felt she was supposed to come there and bring life and gaiety to the family, and she's failed miserably at that. She's caused them more pain than anything. But this sex tape that's coming out makes her feel like she's in bondage, and she doesn't know how to get out of it. So she's suing everybody, huh? And then we read, there's a card for Harry. Harry at this moment is feeling like this card is called separation. 67. So let's read on this card for Harry. Here it is. Separation. I'm going to read on that card. And it says, this card challenges you to let go of something, especially if it is something that has accompanied you for many months or even years now. You fly into freedom and the other, perhaps even the material things such as a smoking habit, alcohol, or even a subscription to Playboy is left behind and calls after you. Please stay. It was so nice. So this card talks about an increase in freedom. It emphasizes one character in your life has become old. Now it is time to lovingly let it go. So So maybe some people could say this is Meghan, let Meghan go. But I don't think this is what this card is talking about. I think this card is talking about his mother. Remember before I told you that I think Harry's hanging on to the fact as a child he thought that the media killed his mother. And if he had been there, it never would have happened. He would have protected his mother. And this is why he's so protective over Meghan. Not, also because it's his wife, but he feels all true responsible for her and protecting her because of what happened to his mother. But this is like Mother Goose to me. Like, let your mother go. Let her rest in peace. Let her rest in heaven. Put that anger aside that you have towards the media and your childish ideas about the media killing your mother, and which is why you're so, and also the royal family. I think he thinks the royal family may have had something to do with it, or at least they didn't protect her enough. Let that go. Grow up. Let your mom rest in heaven. Forgive people. Let it go, because it's holding you back. It's keeping you angry. It's keeping you depressed. You overreact, and it's making you want to leave the royal family. So once he puts down this anger he has in his heart over what happened to his mother, once he lets her fly off, become the angel she is, learn from her, but let her go, and that anger that's tied to that thing that happened go. This little boy, because this is a little boy. This is Harry when he was a little boy. Once he lets that go, he can have a more full life. And he can see things for what they really are. But right now, he's holding on to her. And either someone's telling him he needs to let his mother go. Stop trying to emulate your mother. Stop trying to bring her up from the dead. You cannot save your mother. She's gone. And she's in a better place at this point. He's always going to have this anger. He's always going to overprotect Meghan, even when she's wrong. And that's kind of not like a bad thing, but the way he goes about it is so angry, it reflects so bad upon him. And Meghan's playing like a fiddle, knowing that this is a sore spot with him. That's a cool reading. Okay, so we're going to read really quick on what their plans are for this tape that's coming out. So I'm going to use my black Kipper cards, African American Kipper cards, and I want to quickly know and read on Meghan's and Harry's plan regarding how they're going to deal with this sex tape coming out. So, Spirit, please answer. How Harry and Meghan are planning to deal, other than suing, or on top of suing, how are they dealing with this sex tape coming out directly? How are they directly dealing with this? What are they trying to get to happen? I need 9 cards. So we got 1. All right. It's already in the middle. It's back a little bit so you can see better. Okay. How are they dealing with this? So we got 3 cards, or 4 cards. Sorry. Ooh, that one flew out. Okay, 3 more. Let's see. 4 more cards. This one fell out. Ooh. And before I could even do anything, that one came out. I'm sorry. I didn't have much room to shuffle. Okay. So we need 2 more cards. Okay, how are they dealing with this sex tape? How are they dealing with this sex tape coming out? How are they planning to deal with this sex tape coming out? How do I know the sex tape coming out? One last card. Usually it's the outcome card. There's 3 cards fell out. I need 1, please. Oh, that's it. I'm going to show you the cards one by one. Don't worry. They're pretty big. They're not big cards, but they're not all fitting on the screen. So I'm going to try to get that to work today. So alrighty. Well, I'm going to do my best to read them for you. Alrighty. The first card that came out was Cotton Club. Cotton Club is about partying and events. So this is the biggest thing. So at some point in lifetime, when the sex tape came out, there was a lot of partying going on. Big events, invitations to parties. Right? This is where everything happened, the big events. I don't know how I'm reading these cards. This is weird. That one is interesting. But let me look at it closer. Maybe there's something in it that I'm not seeing right now. I'm going to let you see it really closely. See, the Cotton Clubs have all these marquees behind it, talking about things. Advertisement. A lot of actresses and people who were trying to move themselves up, and musicians, all said, if you go to the Cotton Club, you made it, you know, or that's where you get your big start. If you get the headline at the Cotton Club, or you were invited to the Cotton Club, you were on your way up. So in some kind of way, this was like to Meghan, if this is a sex tape, that it was like her leg up, pun not unintended, her leg up into the business. If you do this for me, you get to open the doors for you to other things, right? So down here, she was very young when this happened. It's a baby. Very young. Naive. And she thought it was a way to get into the business, the entertainment business. This card is creativity and writer. It's a good way to get into the entertainment business. But this decision has caused her a lot of grief and adversity. I mean, at the time that she even had to do it, it was a thought. She had to think about it. You know, if this stuff comes out, somebody can use it in the wrong way. Hopefully no one gets in the wrong hands on her way up. But when you're first starting out, it's a decision you have to make. Are you going to do certain things or not do it? If you want to get into the doors open, you need to open. So yes, there was a sex tape. That says it right there. Sex. To get into the door, to meet, oh my God, rich men. Cotton Club. Rich men hung out there, famous men, men who had money and influence. So there was a sex tape to open up doors in the entertainment business, and where rich and influential men would be. So, since then, she's been on a journey. She got in the door. She's worked her way up. She's packed her bags, went to Canada, got into a great, pretty decent television show, and she got married to a royal, didn't she? Opened a lot of doors up for her. And this is amazing. Princess Charlotte, right? The first technically black. Princess Charlotte, huh? The first black royal, which is now Meghan, the first mixed royal who actually married into the family. She got a great fortune, didn't she? When she married Harry. Oh, so she moved to Canada, got the show. Then she got Meghan. Because she's always been a big hope and a big dreamer. Speaking to the masses now, going out doing speeches in Africa and all over. This is her plan. This is what's happened. So what I'm thinking, as I said, what would happen now, what is their plans of dealing with this, is this is the story they're going to tell. She was young when this happened. Yes, it happened. And she always wanted to be an actress. And sometimes we make bad decisions, to get to where we want. Decisions that's maybe not so great because we're so young. But yes, so there was a sex tape. But it opened up the doors to her to get into the entertainment industry. And yes, she met influential people that way. Not a great decision, but in a way a great decision because it got her to where she wants to go. Well, you know what? She tried to get away from that past, and she moved to Canada to do television, and she got the opportunity to do that. And then she met Harry. If she hadn't had that sex tape, maybe she would never been able to meet Harry and to be able to be in the position she is now to speak to the masses. So what they're going to do is rewrite the story. PR is going to spin it. She's going to write a book or op-ed or something. She's not the same person she was before. This has brought her to where she's at. It's a fortune. It's not just the money that's a fortune. This is her destiny to be in this industry, to get her where she needs to be with the rich and the affluent, and to help other people who are in crisis. This is in crisis over in Africa. This is dealing with rich people, dealing with dealing with rich people, helping them take the money to help other people in crisis. So at the end of the day, the decision she made when she was young helped her to take her life story and help empower other women who are in crisis. That's that. They're going to rewrite the story. They're going to spin it. They're going to spin it. They're going to spin it. Which is what they did for Kim Kardashian, huh? Look at where she's at. She did a sex story. But right now, she feels like she's in hell. All right, so we're going to read one more before I let this go today. When this is over, these are biblical cards. They're oracle cards based on the Bible. Now, she's a saint. I'm just going to read on it. What is Meghan's life going to be like after the tape comes out? I mean, PR is going to spin it. How are people going to see Meghan after this sex tape comes out? When it actually comes out. And I want to read these cards after I answer the question. How are the public going to see her after the sex tape or these sex tapes come out? How are they really going to receive this information? And how the royal family going to receive it after after these tapes are released? Because that's what really matters. The royal family, including Charles and Camilla and the Queen and the father, and as a collective, how is the royal family going to receive Meghan after these porno videos come out? All right. I'm going to pull 3 cards out. There's 1, 2, one more. That's too many. Tiny cards. One more. Just one more card, please. He doesn't want to give me one card. Just one, please. Card. Just one. Flickering, but they're not coming. One. Okay. better not do two. It's one. Alrighty, Dottie. So, here we go. First card. This is the first card. Flight to Egypt. Oh, God. This is how they're going to feel about it. They're going to take the child and run. They're going to want them to take the child and run. Harry, Meghan, and baby Jesus, which is Archie. Flight to Egypt. See, the flight to Egypt, just like in the biblical times with Jesus, the king was after the baby Jesus. He was jealous. He didn't want the baby to live. They wanted to kill the baby. So get out and run and save yourself. So everybody's talking now that she's going to be going to either America or to Canada. But they're about to flee. They want them to leave. Second card is the baptism of Jesus. Ooh. They want Meghan to change. Go away, come back, something, and get your life together. Go away and get your life together. And the last card is the world. Ooh. What's the world? Oh, Lord, the world. Because these words have been translated. This is Jesus. This is Mary, the mother. The world. And in the card, there's food. There's a feast. It's like, oh, okay, be not resurrected, but get your life together, and if you come back more humble. Look, Jesus is at Mary's feet. Come back more humble. So the royal family wants them to go away for a while, either get out of the public view or go to another country. Get yourself together, deal with your issues, and then come back. If you come back, after you go out into the world, come back and be more humble. That's what they're going to want to see happen once Meghan's video comes out. So what we know is the cards don't lie. They tell the truth. She's in hell. She's got decisions to make, and as we sort it out of whether she should stay or she should go, she's thinking about that. And the royal family are thinking the same thing. As soon as these come out, and I think they already know if this video exists or not. I truly believe they already know if the video exists. So they want her gone. They want the story to end. If it means just getting out of the public eye for a little bit, then you all need to do it. Just go away, get yourself together, let the story die before you come back out and make any more noise or any more news. And then you come back, be more humble, because people know who she is. She's on the world stage, so now people can make excuses for her before. Like, you just got to be a go-getter to get into Hollywood. That's true. I believe it. And there's some decisions that a lot of people make when they get into Hollywood, especially a lot of young girls and young guys too, and singers have to decide if they're going to step over that line and do what other people don't do to become famous. They have those doors open. And I think that's what's happened. If that video is coming out, and that video comes out, it's going to be like any other person who decided to make that decision. Yeah, maybe if they had, and I'm not saying every person in Hollywood who's at the top have had to make that decision or have made the decision to do it, because some of the actresses they were approached, like some of the top actors, I'm not going to name them, were approached, but they decided not to go that route, and they still made it. But I'm sure it's very hard, and Meghan being black or mixed, whatever, maybe it was a little bit harder for her. She made her decision. She needs to live with them. The video comes out, the PR is going to spin it and say she was young. She was very young when she did it. She's not the only one who's ever did it, and she's changed. Now she's taken that platform and she's helping other women to be more empowered to not have to make those decisions, right? You know they're going to spin it. So, and then she's going to write a book, or there's going to be a movie about it. That's just how it works in this world, right? So, so she's going to have some people are probably going to drop her endorsements because they don't want to see her. They're not going to see her as a wholesome Duchess anymore when this video comes out, if it comes out. But other agencies and other products will pick her up because she's going to have this more exotic, you know, tainted personality. Think Kim Kardashian, who didn't even have a career before the sex tape, right? So the PR is going to spin it, and she may lose a couple endorsements. She may definitely lose the respect of a lot of people in the royal family. But after a while, taking a sabbatical, they're going to come back and spin her persona, her character, up in a different way. And she's going to have to humble herself. I'm sorry. People who know her, people are not talking about this girl just because they want to talk about her. There's things that she's giving them as far as her personality, how she's acting like she's the bee's nest and all this other stuff that people don't like. And they are, and I know that Princess Kate, Dutch Kate, whatever you want to call her, has gone through a lot of things too in her life since she started dating Prince William, but she's gotten through it. And so Meghan's got to stop calling out the black card. Yeah, there could be people who don't like her because she's American, she's been married before, and because she's mixed. Definitely, I'm not going to say that's not a true statement, but the amount of people who don't like her, or who are not feeling her, I should say, it's not because she's mixed. When I first heard about her, I felt, oh wow, great, this is interesting, this is wonderful. I watched the wedding, even though I said I wasn't going to watch it because I wasn't really into the royal family anymore. But and I watched the wedding. I thought it was interesting. You know, I didn't think anything bad about it, and I wished her well. I thought, wow, this is pretty interesting. Actually, my daughter's half, she's mixed. She's half black and half Spanish, and she looks coloring of Meghan. It's so funny because when my daughter was young, she was, I think she was around 11. She's like, oh, I could marry Harry. And I'm like, girl, you can't get married to the one, you American, and two, you know, you're not white. That's what I tell her. And so when Meghan married him, she texted me and said, see, Mom, I told you. So it has nothing to do about being jealous of Meghan or anything like that. It's just that she gives out this very negative vibe, and people read upon that. Not just me, even normal people, regular people who are in her presence see how she acts, and they don't like her, and all they're doing is reiterating what we feel about her, is that there's something off. Yes, she's a go-getter. Yes, she's a hard worker. Yes, she's very dedicated, and she is focused, laser focused on what she wants to accomplish. That is a wonderful thing in any person, and I applaud her for that. Getting to the point where she is now, when she's married to Harry, great. But if you're there to use him, if you're not there because you love him, if you have this bad personality, if you're rubbing off on him and you lie all the time, and you're manipulative, negatively manipulative, because you can be manipulative and still be okay and get things done. But if you're doing it in a nasty way, it's not good. And I think people are reading that. I don't think they say she's just a black, strong woman. I think it's a lot more things deeper than that with Meghan. First, for me, was her brother writing a story about her not being fit to be married to Prince Harry. Two, her not inviting her father, I don't care what she says, not really wanting her father to come to that wedding. Not one person other than her mother being at the wedding. Not talking to any of her brothers and sisters after she got married. Not going home to see her father after she found out that he had a heart attack. She's been in America how many times and she hadn't even stopped past to see her father? No. Even if you're mad at him, that's your daddy. You can be, I'm sorry. It's just too much going on. She needs to bury the hatchet. She's supposed to be the bigger person because of the position she's in now. Bury the hatchets and move the heck on. You ain't got to be around him all the time. You ain't got to see him, but you don't have to see him again. Just go there and bury the hatchet and move the heck on. But do it. Do it. But so there's a lot of things she's doing that we see that's fact. Nobody can say, well, you're just making this up. You just don't know about her. This is facts. This stuff she wrote about. This stuff she talking about. This stuff her family talking about. They know her better than any of us. I'm sorry, my voice is going up, but I'm just trying to say, there's a lot of issues there. The girl, they said she was married 3 times. You don't get married 3 times if there's nothing seriously wrong with either some of your decisions or something's wrong with your personality, and you have a lot of flaws that comes out. Or you marry somebody just to step up. So all that's into play here, and it's not just we don't like Meghan. So wish her well. The royal family, if this tape comes out, seems like they're going to want her to get herself together. She can have a place in history like Princess Charlotte and be the first mixed woman and have a clean slate. You know, maybe it's 100 years from now, 200 years from now, they'll just say she's married to him, to Harry. But the way she's going, it's going to be, if she doesn't clean up her act, it's going to be a bumpy ride and she ain't going to be alone. So that's my reading for the day. Well, there's a lot of things we can learn from Meghan. Be focused, be dedicated, know your craft. But don't use people because karma is a biatch. So, anyway, those are the cards. The cards don't lie, and I'm sure there'll be something else to talk about tomorrow. Thank you for joining me tonight. Today is October the 12th, 2019, and I'll be back to talk to you about something else later. So, peace.